Hello, guys. How are you today? It's here, David. We're here on another episode of Hey Gámez. We're on the third episode already. I am so excited for you guys to listen to this new episode. The last two episodes are already available on Spreaker and as well and on the YouTube channel, linked in the description of this new episode. The first two episodes are not available on YouTube. I had a problem with the account, but you don't really need to listen to that. I will upload it later. Or also, you can also remember to check out the Facebook page and follow me on Twitter at dalgaga. So today we're gonna talk about my favorite things, as I said, and maybe kind of pretentious and egotistical, but this podcast is about you guys listening to some guy talking about his favorite things, what does he like to do, and also I like to talk about LGBTQ plus content and pop culture, so we can all learn from it, because I'm also learning when I talk about different topics on the LGBTQ encyclopedia. We can say it's they have a lot of topics we can talk about. So I'm also learning, and I'm also learning with you guys. If I talk about me, I'm sorry. So basically more about talking about today of LGBTQ plus content specifically. We're going to talk about, as I said, some of my favorite things, some of the things that I like, which I think you may also enjoy. So let's get into it. So today, to begin with, I would like to talk about, as I mentioned in the first episode, I really like music, I really like TV shows, and I really like movies. Those are the three things that I really love and enjoy doing. Besides, hanging out with my friends, going out, have some drinks, eat, and all of that. I think these three activities, watching movies, TV shows, and listening to music, are things that I really enjoy. And also, as I said, I really like some architecture and design, so I'm gonna recommend today one artist which you may be familiar with. If not, you're gonna love him. So let's get into that. Let's get into my favorite singers. I'm gonna mention three. It's to not like a lot. I have a lot of favorite artists and favorite singers, favorite bands. Today I'm gonna talk about my favorite singers, because I am planning on doing another episode specifically on the bands that I like, to talk about like some of what they doing, some of their songs, what do they mean, like their albums, records. That's gonna be another episode. In tonight's episode, we're gonna talk about my favorite singers, and I have three, and these three singers really represent some stages in my life. Their albums have been really meaningful to me. So let's start with Adele. I guess you guys all know who Adele is. I don't think I need to really tell too much about her. She's from Britain. She is a soul singer. She has released 3 albums, 3 LPs, which are 19, 21, and 25. She believes in trilogies, as she has mentioned before in different interviews. So basically, I started to know her and to know about her with Rolling in the Deep, which was like a major success back in 2011. That's how I got to know her. Then I listened to whole 21. Then I discovered she has 19 before. So I fell in love with her and her lyrics, the way she writes. I tend to like artists who write their own music. I don't know why, but I mean, even if I don't know that they wrote her music, I tend to like that kind of artists. So Adele writes all her music. It's very meaningful to her. She describes her life, and that's something that I really enjoy listening to, because it's like you're connecting with the artist, with the singer, and I really like that. So in my life, how can I connect that with my life? I think her last album, 25, came out in 2016. It was pretty 2015, I'm sorry. It was pretty like the timing with this album and some specific moments in my life were like timed perfectly. I was going through a breakup, and these songs from this album 25, specifically All I Ask and Love in the Dark, are so amazing, and like they really touched some of my deepest feelings. So Adele is one of my favorite singers. Let's go with Sam Smith. I love this guy. He, as you guys know, he is openly gay. His songs are same as Adele, meaningful to him. He's an empirical writer. He needs to go out and live, which is what he's doing right now. He hasn't released any music. He hasn't talked about it. Like on Twitter, he's not very active. He's living, as he mentioned before in a post before he like left Twitter. He wants to live and he wants to have some experiences so he can write about it on his new album, which I hope comes out very soon. So from his album In an Only Hour, all of the songs are meaningful. I love all of these songs. Just like a note, also Troye Sivan. I didn't put him in my list of these three artists, but I think Troye Sivan and Sam Smith, these male singers, like their songs represent a lot, and you can actually, if you're a gay man, you can actually identify with his songs a little bit more because you know that they are singing them to a man, you know. So it is very, very meaningful to me, and basically just because of that. I mean, not because of that. I mean, I like the music, I like the arrangements, I like the lyrics, but I guess that like if I listen to a Sam Smith song, I know that I am singing it to a man, and I like that. I like that feeling. And also, my last artist, as in my Twitter account that I mentioned before, that it has nothing to do with Lady Gaga, but I mean, Lady Gaga, I grew up with her. I'm 22 years old, so basically when she came out, like her breakthrough, I was about 16 years old, 14 years old, 13 years old, I don't remember. But I mean, I was in junior high school, this girl came out and she rocked it, and I just love her. I think it's the same feeling. I have some friends like who are in their 30s, late 20s, and I think the same feeling they got with Madonna. You know, like Madonna was like doing all these new things, and I guess I didn't actually grow up with her. You know, like when she released Memories of the Dance Floor, Madonna, I was very young, but I mean, I still remember some songs. But I guess with Lady Gaga, I was different. Like, grew up with her major songs from like their 33 albums. So I grew up with that, and every single time she releases new music, something is happening in my life. It's like a consequence. It's like a coincidence. Like the last release of Joanne is in this year. I'm graduating when she releases Art Pop. I'm starting college now. I'm finishing it. She releases a new album. So we're always kind of connecting, and I like that. You know, even if it's a consequence and it has nothing to do with that, I like that. Like to have that connection and to feel that connection with different artists and different musicians. So yeah, I mean, Lady Gaga, like her songs. I think my favorite songs from Lady Gaga could be Do What You Want, Venus. I like Venus a lot, and I think from her new album I like Dancing in Circles. I think it's a very, very nice song. I always listen to it. Okay, so those are my favorite singers. Then we go with my favorite movies. I love movies. I mentioned in a previous episode, in the first episode actually, that I am a fanatic of science fiction in books and in movies. That is the genre that I really enjoy the most. So from that genre, my favorite movie, I have two. I grew up with like the same, actually like in the same year Lady Gaga was having her moment, Avatar came out in 2009. So I watched that movie a lot, like 10 times when it came out. I loved it. I know that the plot is not that complex, but I mean, the technology that was used, it was breathtaking. Like you watch the movie and you were like, wow. I think that's what I like about science fiction, that you can actually see maybe what's coming. Maybe it's not gonna be like that, but you can actually see the future, and I'm very, very fanatic of that. Especially in reading more, because you can imagine it and you can get way crazier when you imagine it. But I mean, you're watching a movie and you just see the movie and all the effects they put into it and all the effort. I think that's why I like Avatar so much. More because of the effects, visual effects, rather than the plot. I mean, I enjoy the movie. I could watch it every single time. I don't care. And also from before, Blade Runner is my favorite movie. I talked about this in a class I had, like the lighting and all of that, like the topics it talks about. And I think it is very, like, for example, the movie is like from the 80s, but it is current, and I like that about science fiction, that you can watch a movie from the 90s, from the 80s, from the 70s, 60s, and it is current every single time, because we're having that moment, we're living with that AI thing, artificial intelligence. We don't have androids yet as advanced as the replicants, but maybe we're going there. And I find that fascinating, and the story of this, what is real, what's not real, what makes a human. I think those are the topics that I feel more attracted with Blade Runner. And the new movie is coming out this year in October, Blade Runner 2049. So you guys make sure you checked it. It's Ryan Gosling, Harrison Ford again. So let's see what it gets. Some people say Dave Bautista, he just mentioned that it's better than the original. So let's see. I don't think so, especially because of all the excitement and the cult following it has. I don't think it will deliver a more it won't be better, but maybe hope it can live to the standards of Blade Runner. And finally but not least, I have a movie. It's a romantic movie. I love it, and like the quote in its movie, it's called Love, Rosie, with Lily Collins and Sam Claflin. I think this movie is very nice because it's a romantic comedy, but it's very real. It shows the idea of love through time and how your life can change radically in questions of seconds, and that's how life is. So I like that. I like the movies that reflect the actual life, that they don't go telling us weird stories or crazy stories that may never be true. I like to feel like I'm watching a movie and say, oh, that could happen, like I could have an accident and everything changes, or something could happen to me and my decision that I was making is completely changed because of that situation. I like that. I like the movie because of that. It's called Love, Rosie with Lily Collins, if you guys want to watch it. And also, I was saying I was going to mention my favorite artist. His name is Leif Podcharsky. He designs covers, not mostly, but he has designed cover albums for Foles, for Tame Impala, and also the Horrors. So you guys may have seen his art before, so you guys may check that out. I'm going to put the link on his website on the description of this episode. You guys want to check him out. He's amazing. He plays a lot with psychedelic art, and he plays a lot with form, with shapes, with colors. So it is very, very nice, and it's amazing. So you guys want to check him out, I'm going to leave the link in the description. And that's it. I mean, we don't have a lot of time to discuss about all the things that I like, and but I mean, these are just some general idea of what I like, what I enjoy. And in the future episode, in the next episode, we'll be talking about my favorite topics on LGBTQ plus world, from artists, from singers, from authors, from people, from activists, movies. What do I like about it, about the whole movement, whole community. It's almost Pride Month. It's in June, we're May, middle of May. That's why I'm doing this. I want to start the podcast in this time to celebrate us, LGBTQ plus people. So thank you guys for watching this episode, for listening to this episode. I thank you. You don't know, you have no idea how much it means to me that you guys are listening to me and to this podcast. So thank you guys. Make sure you follow on Spreaker. Check out my Twitter @DalGaga. Check out the Facebook page, and thank you. Leave any comment you want. Leave feedback. I'm here for you guys. Thank you so much. See you guys next time.